So like one of the first things that you said, right, is that you get feedback from an employer saying, you need to learn design patterns, you need to learn solid principles, you need to learn test-driven development. And it's like, oh, you just got 3 data points right there, right? So especially if that comes from like the outcome of like an interview, right? The fact that you got into the room in the first place means clearly you did something right. Clearly they're interested in you as a developer. Maybe you didn't get the role, but they're also telling you, right, this is what we value. This is what we want our developers to know. And so you can then go away, and if you can then, you kind of research design patterns, you research solid principles. That would take a bit of creativity off the top of my mind of how, like, as a new developer, I could like showcase that in a portfolio. But being able to do that, right, then you follow up with them 6 to 8 weeks later and just say, hey, by the way, I really took that to heart, and hey, I just added this to my portfolio. Kind of showing how I've just done, I don't know, interface segregation principle. I don't know how you would demo that in a portfolio, but right, like, or something along those lines, or like, hey, I just put together this. I just did a talk at a meetup about. I'll keep going with solid. And now I can't think of anything. Dependency inversion principle, right? And hey, just any tips on that? Here are my slides. Or obviously, they probably don't have time to sit through a recording of an hour-long talk, but like, hey, here are my slides. Do you think I got it right? Right, like just being able to show them that, hey, I'm actually into this and I'm learning the things that are really important to you. And if you keep that up, it's not like 3 weeks later when you message them and like, oh, cool, hey, why don't you come back in? We might have a job for you. It's more like, oh, hey, by the way, like 12 months from now, hey, we'd really like to talk to you. Are you still looking for work, right? You kind of build up. The more of these you do, it's not comfortable to be like sitting in a room or to be looking at a job ad and being like, gosh, I don't know any of this stuff. But the market is literally screaming at you. These are the things that we value. These are the things we want our developers to know. And so the more you expose yourself to that, and then the more things you can do to kind of demonstrate that you are gaining an understanding of those things. Again, especially if it's for a junior role, they don't expect you to be an expert.